Medical marijuana dispensaries are opening around the state as the industry gets ready to serve its patients. While dispensaries are open for business, patients are finding that products are not readily available yet.
Oklahoma medical marijuana patients have their license in hand and are ready to purchase products to help alleviate their medical problems.
I got my doctor recommendation, got my card, and I'm free now. I feel so much better. My head's not in a cloud. I still have pain, but it is more tolerable with cannabis than it was with the opiates.
It is the first full week that medical cannabis can be sold in Oklahoma dispensaries. This comes as both the Oklahoma State Board of Health and the Joint Legislative Medical Marijuana Working Group are crafting regulations for product standards, testing, and labeling. One of the companies opening their doors to patients is the Peak Dispensaries.
So we were going to plan on opening about 3 stores, but we actually decided instead to partner with other locals opening dispensaries in their hometowns to create a network of dispensaries that all operate under the same name, but with owners that were local to the cities that they're in.
At the Peaks dispensaries and many others around the state, a patient will find that products haven't hit the shelves yet. It's because the company wants to ensure quality for their patients.
Is that it's impossible for us to lab test and have these products certified by the 26th of October if that's also the first date that growers were allowed to have mature plants. So the products being sold right now are of course untested. People are writing in pen what it is on the packaging and handing it to people. And we don't want to do business like that. We think of this as medical marijuana, and we know that the most important thing when you're thinking of medicine is knowing exactly what you're getting.
While the Peak won't sell cannabis in any form until it's been tested, patients should be cautious when shopping for medical marijuana.
Really, I think patients just need to be aware that it is a buy or beware type of system right now. So when you're going to a dispensary, they just need to ask a lot of questions.
This early in the game for Oklahoma's medical marijuana marketplace, it's a good idea for patients to be armed with questions.
Some of the questions we suggest patients ask would be, where was it grown? How was it processed? Where was it lab tested? And if they say yes, there was lab testing, you might want to see if the label is there. If it's a food product, it should look like another food product label that you're used to looking at.
Experienced medical marijuana patients echo that sentiment. Know what you're buying.
Don't just go out there and buy this ragweed, a ditchweed or something like that. You should be able to find bud we're not getting bud yet. You should be able to find product that should be clean, pure product. That's what we want for our patients, good, clean product.
Dispensaries like the Peak are waiting until they can test marijuana so it can be properly packaged for patients who want to know its effects and if it was grown responsibly.
So we've taken a lead from Colorado and we've looked at what they're doing as far as testing goes, and we're currently testing to their current standards.
However, currently patients can feel their way around the medical marijuana landscape to decide what's best for them.
I like to tell people, you don't have to jump right off into marijuana. You can start with a CBD joint now. And start with CBD joint and see if that helps you. And if it helps you, then you can also start mixing marijuana with that. And then you can progress up to find out what helps your malady. If you're a pain patient like me, you can find the dosage that you need.
Patient and activist John Frazier is using social media and other digital means to help patients when it comes to selecting a dispensary.
People can go to my page or whatever we're going to put up, and they can find these dispensaries and stuff. And I'm also going to be rating dispensaries on how good they are. I'll also rate everything, parking, ease of access. I want my patients to be able to get in and get their medication and get out easily.
Dispensaries like the Peak are also using technology to help educate their patients.
We've actually built our own mobile app, which will be launching in November. And we've built a custom medical uses tab, and it has 3 tiers. It'll help you figure out how you want it to make you feel, what it's good for, and what medical uses other patients have said it's helped with.
Producers should keep an eye on what the Board of Health and the Legislative Medical Marijuana Working Group are doing as they craft regulations for the industry.
We do have the food safety recommendations that are under consideration by hopefully our board to act on soon. And we also are looking at that working group's list of recommendations, but they might also look to those to identify some key pieces in there that they may want to include.
And patients should be patient. Product will begin hitting shelves soon.
So especially in November, with the number of growers being able to have a crop ready to go in November, supplies will be a little bit short, but going into December and Q1 of next year, starting January, we should have a consistent supply of high quality products.
Until lawmakers and regulators put testing and labeling standards in place, patients will need to set their own standards.